Friday Night Frenzy on News 18. Sports from where you live.
Thanks for sticking around after that short timeout. 3 games are down, which means we got 4 more to go. So let's skip the pleasantries and get right into it, shall we? Up next, we'll take a look at if the McCutcheon Mavericks have claimed their first victory of the year. Now, the Mavericks are currently 0-2, and they are looking for a win. Trust me, they really want this tonight, but that doesn't say much about this gritty team. The Mavs were hosting Muncie Central, who were also looking for their first dub as well. Mavericks on defense, and Bearcats would have some trouble here and fumble the ball, but don't worry because Bodrick Arnold is there to clean things up. McCutcheon recovers. And as you can tell, the student section is loving all this action tonight just as much as I am. All right, back into the game. Mavs would be able to go up the field goal after that fumble, but as my dad always says, the next play is crucial and McCutcheon would end up giving up a touchdown shortly after. But it's not all bad news here at Ellison Stadium because Owen Smith is fired up, and when he's fired up, good things happen like this. Brad Gagnon running into the end zone, and we can always appreciate a great celebration. Oh my gosh, I love that. Just like that, McCutcheon would keep running it down the Bearcats' throat and secure their very first win of the season. Final score, Mavs get the W 37-12. And congrats to the Mavericks for winning their first game, and shout out to the McCutcheon student section for cheering them on to victory. They were so much fun to watch tonight. But as always, we still have more amazing matchups to get into, and with a special guest nonetheless. Sports 18's Maddie D'Addario has more from her 2 games that she went to tonight. Maddie, how are your games looking? Were they as cool as mine?
Well, first of all, Bree, I appreciate the fact that you consider me a special guest. I'm very honored by that. But I think the theme of both of my games tonight seem to be physicality. Sometimes it just comes down to 3 things: who's bigger, stronger, faster. Starting out, we're going to head down to Benton Central, where the Bison took on the Lewis Cass Kings. Both of these teams went into tonight's game undefeated, so the pressure was definitely on, and the Kings defense was on point tonight. Bison QB Joe Widmer looking for the pass, the Kings DB Dalton Lowe swoops in for the pick, and remember that name because it won't be the last time you hear it tonight. One thing about Joe Widmer though, he stays pretty calm in the pocket. He fakes the pass wide, finds a window where wide receiver Holden Deno times his run perfectly. Now it's the Kings' turn on offense, and Dalton Lowe is pretty talented on both sides of the ball. Taking the run out wide with some great blocks by his teammates, he makes his way to the end zone for a touchdown, of course. Back on D for the Kings, they were just relentless. D lineman Luke Chambers coming in hot with that sack, and Lewis Cass wins 35-6. Now we take our eyes over to Gordon Straley Field, where West Lafayette took on the Western Panthers. After a long run, Panthers just a yard from the end zone, number 3 Mitchell Nepley pushes it in for a Western touchdown. Now after the TD, Western goes for 2. Matthew McTrick nearly making it in for the Panthers. Red Devil Michael Lynch comes in and gets low to stop the run just before the end zone. Following that stop, the Red Devils were on a roll. Within about 10 yards of the end zone, running back David Curl finds the gap, starting his way to a touchdown. And I'll end things with my favorite play of the night. Red Devil QB Max Mullis just absolutely sending one downfield and pulls to the 50-yard line. And what a great catch by number 24, Connor Blankman, for yet another West Side touchdown. West Lafayette takes down the Panthers 47-18.
On their own 10-yard line. And let's actually take a look back here at that play right now. So Logan Sports student section, always so much fun to go to. Yes, let's go. Shout out to the Berries. Logan Sport forced punt and Kokomo's Reese Beard with an absolutely amazing punt return from deep on their own 10-yard line. And this kid has got some wheels, taking it all the way to the end zone. But unfortunately, it got called back. But it was a fantastic run by number 3 regardless. The Berries have some good action of their own here. How about this long pass by Isaac Mock right in the hands of Isaac Russell? He kept moving to pick up a few extra yards. Now, at last check before we came out, Logansport was losing 14-0, but that would end up being the final score of the night. Berries drop a tough one at home. And now, here over in West Lafayette, we are done with the highlight portion of our frenzy. But we still have more stories to go. Coming up, we'll see what Jeff Brom has to say about yesterday's game against Penn State, so stick around. That's after this half.